All right, Gina, do you trust anybody else to buy jewelry for you?
I don't know. I have a lot of practice.
Hello, and welcome to Reality Checks, the talk show where guests partner with YouGov for a survey of 1,000 Americans and then are asked to predict the results. Gina Gorman is here from Rocksbox. They are a jeweler and they have been primarily online. They're opening up retail stores in the near future. Breaking news. Gina, what are we talking about today? And congrats and welcome.
Hi, Brian. Thanks for having me. Today, we are going to be talking about shopping, my favorite subject, hopefully everyone else's favorite subject that's listening in. So we're going to be talking about the shopping habits of Americans. Like you mentioned, Rocksbox is a natively online jewelry retailer, and we're opening up locations across the country, starting with our hometown of San Francisco. And so I'm really excited to talk more about why American consumers shop online versus in store, what they're shopping for, and especially what they buy for themselves. We're a brand that really caters to self-purchasers, people that are buying jewelry for themselves. So I'm excited to learn more and talk more about why people make those purchases.
Cool. Yeah, that's exciting and something that everyone resonates with. We're all shopping. So we'll dig into the data. And just to confirm, you haven't seen these results before?
I have not seen the results before.
All right. I have to ask because you might get it right. You might get it all right. People might think we colluded. Then it's a scandal. First question is, would Americans rather shop in store or online? And this is about any topic. It was just generally in store or online.
Okay, generally in store or online. I think thinking this through, I think obviously shopping habits, as we all know, have changed a lot in the last, decade, 2 decades. Online shopping is so much more prevalent. I think that is the way that a lot of Americans are shopping just the majority of the time. It's so convenient. It's the way many people shop regularly. I think there is an appeal for in-store shopping as well. That sort of immediate gratification of getting to walk out of the store with something, being able to try something on or see it in person before you make that decision. So I think it probably depends on the purchase, but I'm going to go with online.
Online is the guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is it close?
Probably not. I would say that most people, if they're thinking about everyday purchases, are making them online. So I'm going to go with probably, let's say, 70% online.
Okay. Well, the reality is it was close.
Wow.
Which I think you probably have about 60% in the online or no preference.
Yep. Yeah, looking at this, it is really interesting to see how close it is. And that probably, sort of shows the difference between how people are making some of those regular purchases versus how they might want to make those purchases. I think shopping in store is more enjoyable. There's, more of that personalized aspect to it. So it doesn't, looking at this, it doesn't totally surprise me that there is sort of a preference for shopping in store, even if that may or may not be how you're making all of your purchases.
Yeah, I like shopping in store. I don't like going to the store. Other caveats here.
Just need the store to come to you.
That's a big idea. So we segmented this part of the survey to just look at the 44% or so who said that they prefer shopping in store. So what do they like about going to the store? And you might have said a couple of the things already.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of appealing aspects to shopping in store, and I think they're becoming more popular now, even with sort of younger generations trying to have that sort of community aspect. So I think that being able to try on products, sort of having that community sort of environmental aspects. So that ambiance, I think, is on here as well. And the convenience of like walking out with something, I think is really appealing. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I am feeling a real sort of online returns fatigue in my life, at least. So being able to try something on before you purchase it is very, very appealing. So should I pick a top?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that I would say that the top reason is being able to try on products. And then maybe assistance from associates as a second.
Okay, so bonus. You went for a second one.
I went for a second.
So the reality is trying on products first.
Trying on products. Yeah. I mean, I agree. That is, one of the reasons, the top reasons for me, myself, shopping in store. I don't know about you, Brian, but yeah, being able to try something on before you buy it, maybe get some inspiration as to how to wear it. I think that is something that we're finding is very appealing for customers coming into Rocksbox stores, is being able to see, there are so many products to choose from, but being able to kind of see how they're styled in real life or try out styling them on your own might help you actually choose a product that you may not have considered online, maybe just looking at the photos, but being able to kind of see it styled with other products, see how you would wear it, how it looks on you, really allows you to kind of walk out with something that you feel really good about and may not have been what you originally came in for.
How many Americans buy gifts for themselves?
All right. I love this question. I'm very excited to see the results. I think it sort of depends on what you consider a gift for yourself. I think there might be a lot of things that people may not have considered answering this question as a gift for themselves, but even small things kind of throughout the week kind of count. But I think for big milestones or to celebrate a birthday or something like that, I would say the majority of Americans buy gifts for themselves. I'm curious if they admit it. If I had to guess a percentage, maybe I go for that 70% number again.
70%. So the answer in our survey of 1,000 Americans was 46%. It's the second one.
Oh, no.
I don't know, if you have a significant other, you're probably buying gifts for them. And if you're not, you're not going to have a significant other for much longer.
Well, I think that it's interesting. I mean, I wonder how people are sort of classifying gifts for themselves too. I think, when I think of a gift for myself, sometimes I think of, even if it's just like a small treat, like getting, a coffee at the end of the work week or something like that, which kind of counts as a gift for yourself. But I think that everyone needs to buy more gifts for themselves. I think that everybody needs to celebrate those wins for themselves a little bit more. So we'll work on that at Rocksbox for sure.
Yeah, I think that could solve a lot of problems.
There's a lot of joy in buying a gift for yourself.
What is the top reason to buy a gift for yourself?
Ooh. I know for me personally, it would probably be treat yourself, but I'm going to go with birthday.
It was treat yourself followed by birthday.
Followed by birthday. All right. So the little treats are happening, which is great to hear.
Yeah, and with most too, like that's a very high number for among people who buy gifts for themselves.
I love it. I love to see Americans treating themselves and buying gifts for their birthday. Don't wait for someone else to buy you a gift for your birthday.
Who's most likely to buy themselves a birthday gift? So we asked this, and I think it's by generation, or maybe it's by age group.
Okay, by age group. Okay, talking this one out. I think that younger generations are probably more accepting of spending money on themselves. So this idea of treating yourself, which we just saw, feels a little bit like it's more prevalent in kind of the culture of younger Americans. There's that sort of haul culture, showcasing things that you've purchased for yourself. On the other hand, probably older age groups are more likely to know exactly what they want and to just go get it. I'm going to go with younger.
The rationale makes sense, and that's exactly the trend.
All right. Okay, so that 18 to 29 age group definitely at the top there. And I think that all of those reasons kind of make sense of being able to sort of treat yourself for either small or large things, treat yourself for your birthday, and be able to kind of show off what you got. You have plenty of opportunities to do so with social media.
And then our last question is, this was a ranking question. We asked people if they were to buy themselves jewelry, which items they would buy themselves as gifts. And then it was from most likely to least likely. Jewelry set was also in there, but that was a very clear last. So it's not one of the options. People might buy a jewelry set for others, for themselves, not so much.
Got it. That makes sense. We definitely see a lot of sets around the holiday times being sold. Okay, so we've got earrings, necklaces, rings, and bracelets. So all the different classes of jewelry here. Styles definitely differ by the individual. I think necklaces are very sort of universally worn, which is great. There's so many possible styles. You can mix and match and stack and personalize. So I really like that as an option. We also see a lot of bracelet purchases because that sort of arm party idea is coming back into style. So being able to layer a lot of bracelets. We also are seeing permanent jewelry come into the mix as well. So judging by your face, Brian, you may not have heard of this, but there are bracelets you can get that basically are welded onto your wrist. So they don't have a clasp. And so they don't fall off as easily, and you don't have to think about taking them off and putting them on. And they're a great kind of group purchase too, like to go in with your friends and get matching permanent bracelets. So I think that's a good, sort of buy for yourself gift, although may not be as well known across the country. So talking it through, I'm going to go with necklaces because I feel like there are so many different options and they're very easy to pick up and kind of mix and match.
All right. Well, I'll show the result. I do want to hear more about these arm parties too. I also don't know about. And yet the answer exactly was right, was necklace. So you have earrings there, which more people ranked first, but on average, if you average them all out, necklace was higher because it had fewer who picked it last. So there's just 21% of Americans don't want earrings.
Yep. Earrings can be very personal. I think that a lot of times people, at least what we see is sometimes there are people who have the same earrings that they just wear all the time. They might have like a pair of studs that they just don't really ever swap out except for very special occasions. So, and not everyone has pierced ears, so they're a little bit, less easy to buy if you just want to pick up something for yourself.
Some of us wear over-ear headphones, so
right,
them off.
Right. Or some of us have hair that covers your ears, so the necklaces are more of a first choice for someone like me.
That is our data for today. Thank you for collaborating on the survey. Thank you for braving the format of trying to guess the results. Anyone can find more data from this survey at yougov.com/realitychecks. And Gina, where can people find you and the new retail stores? Oh,
of course. Yeah, this has been really fun. Thank you so much for having me. Yes, you can find us at rocksbox.com online. And then you can find our retail stores in San Francisco, California, Walnut Creek, California, and New York City in Nolita, in New York. And we have a few more stores opening up over the rest of the year. So stay tuned to the Rocksbox site to learn more about those.
Cool. And if you play your cards right, you might get invited to an arm party.
Yeah, exactly. Arm parties are for everybody.
If you want to learn more about who's buying themselves jewelry, if they're getting necklaces, if they're getting themselves rings, you can head over to yougov.com/realitychecks and see more visualizations that maybe we got cut for time in today's episode. And hey, if you want to give us a ring, you're welcome to do that too. We can help you with the survey. yougov.com/realitychecks. Thanks. Bye.